Thank you so much for joining our Parent 101 webinar for Sage Oak Charter School's Personalized Learning Academy. Our program works through a collaboration between parents and credentialed teachers who work together to create a personalized learning plan for all of our students. These teachers specialize in either grades TK through 5th grade, or they specialize in 6th through 8th grade, and they serve as the teacher of record for their students in the Personalized Learning Academy. These Sage Oak teachers support parents and students in a wide variety of ways. Firstly, they work to create a unique learning plan for every student they serve. They help parents select the appropriate curriculum, they make sure assignments are personalized for that student, and at least every 20 days, the teachers meet with each student individually to review their progress in their personalized learning plan. These meetings are called learning period meetings, and they're an important part of our education model. In learning period meetings, students, parents, and teachers meet either face-to-face in person or in a live virtual Zoom meeting. During this time together, teachers do a number of things. They complete documentation required by the state to evaluate that student's progress. They make sure that the learning materials that the student has purchased with their instructional funds are supporting that student's education. And more importantly, the teacher takes this time to review the work the student has done to make sure that student is learning and progressing towards their learning plan. Students get excited to show their work to the teacher. They talk about what they've done over the past 20 days. Teachers informally assess students during this meeting. Teachers collect work samples from that meeting, and they use these to showcase and document the student's learning. And lastly, they plan with the student and parent for the work that will be done for the next learning period. They assign lessons for the students to complete, and they help the parent to be able to plan those. The great thing about the lessons our students in our program do is how the curriculum can be personalized for them. Your teacher will help you navigate this process, but we do also have an online curriculum guide that will help parents walk through a series of interactive questions that can filter both the required and recommended curriculum. You can find that on our website at sageoak.education, and this guide just gives you a suggested list of options that are best suited to meet the needs of your individual student. You can use instructional funds for these materials, which is provided by the state of California. This instructional funding is for curriculum, for textbooks. We also have an Oak School program, which I'll talk about in a moment. We also have classes with community providers that can provide lessons from anything from art to music to foreign language. And we do have an approved community provider list on our website, which means you get to use your instructional funds for these providers. Our approved community provider list is searchable, so you can search your local area for the type of class that you want. You can see what's available for your student. Something to note is that just like textbooks and materials purchased at a traditional school, any items purchased with instructional funds are the property of Sage Oak. But they only need to be returned if a student drops or graduates from Sage Oak. Because of this, we have a pretty cool lending library, and it is growing each year. The lending library has educational items that have been returned to Sage Oak, and they're able to be purchased by another student with instructional funds for a hugely discounted cost. This is a great way to stretch the funds that you get for your student each year. Another way to stretch our instructional funds is by taking Oak School classes that I mentioned briefly earlier. Oak School is Sage Oak's program for optional enrichment classes. These classes are provided at low or sometimes no cost. They're offered Monday through Friday, and students sign up for classes each quarter. There are some in-person classes like Art in the Park. There's some PE opportunities, which are really fun. And we also have many different options that change all the time that are online courses. We have wildly creative teachers who make them fun and engaging, so much so that we offered over 80 classes last year and had nearly 2,000 students enrolled in them. And this year, we're offering even more classes and have even more students. Oak School just really helps our students find community. And we know a lot of times when you're schooling at home, looking for opportunities to socialize is a primary concern. But Sage Oak is really committed to creating a lot of options for social and academic interactions. And some ways we do this are by holding Sage Oak socials and by going on field trips. Now, our socials are held by region, so that means that families can find other families that live close to them. We also offer field trips, a science and STEM day, a living history event. We have National Junior Honor Society, where middle school students can focus on academic achievement leadership qualities, service to the community, character, and citizenship, and could later be inducted into the National Honor Society in high school. We do all of these things because we really want to make sure that both academic and social-emotional development opportunities are available for our students. Our school counselors, they meet with students to complete individual student academic planning and goal setting. They offer both one-on-one and small group counseling to students. They hold a monthly coffee with the counselor and other meetings for parents. They advocate for our students at IEP meetings and other student-focused meetings. And Sageoak is extremely committed to serving all students. We have supports in place for students with identified special needs. These students are assigned to a special education teacher or a case manager. We have services for that student provided by an education specialist, and we also partner with Sonoma County Charter SELPA for support. If we have students without identified special needs, but they're experiencing academic challenges, we offer multi-tiered systems of supports for students. This uses research-based interventions at various levels, and these supports are based on the student's need within the general education environment. Sageoak will also complete a comprehensive educational evaluation, and then the personalized plan for that student will be discussed with the parents. Now, we have access to these resources as a public charter school, but as a public charter school, that also means we have to meet the requirements for the state of California. That means doing state testing, so our students have to do the California Assessment of Student Performance and Progress, or the CASP assessment. And this assessment is held in the spring. It can be done virtually. It takes place over 1 week for 3rd through 8th grade. In addition to that, our 5th through 8th grade students take a California Science test, and there's one in-person requirement for 5th and 7th graders to take the state-required physical fitness test in person. Sageoak will give you the date for that in advance, but it does have to be done in person with a teacher. Aside from state testing, all of our K through 12 students take the iReady assessment. This assessment is given each fall and spring in the areas of reading and math. It's done virtually while being proctored by our teachers, so it's a great tool to see how your student is doing. It can even offer lessons for students based on the results from the diagnostics. So this is just really another resource that we use to best serve your student, to know how to best personalize their education so they're learning and they're thriving. We would love to help you personalize your child's education. If you are interested in the support that we offer, please enroll if you haven't already. To do this, you can log into the website at sageoak.education and walk through the enrollment process. Or if you have more questions, you can contact us at support@sageoak.education for general questions, or reach out to the registrar at sageoak.education for questions about your application and about enrolling your child. If you see the big QR code in the middle, that one goes directly to our enrollment page. And we also have a podcast, so if you see those 2 small QR codes, you're welcome to see our podcast and learn more about our school. We are here to help and support you in any way we can, and we look forward to welcoming you as a Sage Oak student.